Hey guys, it's been quite a while since my last video where we went video game hunting. Hopefully we can find some really cool different Japanese video games, consoles, maybe even some really cool accessories. Let's head out. Let's start with the old stuff and then we'll go all the way down to more newer things. So these are the Super Famicom games. So as you may know, the Famicom in the US or in Western countries is called the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. They're kind of hard to see. Let's pull one out and see what we can find. Looks like a Gundam Knights kind of game. There's all kinds of weird stuff. You just never know what you're gonna find. Mahjong. Horse racing, that's incredibly popular in Japan, so I'm sure they're gonna have a ton of these like horse racing games. Rockman, aka Mega Man. The original Dragon Ball. Dr. Mario. Let's grab another one of these and see what we can find. Tons of sports games. Dragon Quest 4. A lot of the prices are going to be on this side, so $5, not too bad. Tons of Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 3. This is where all the Dragon Quest games are. Dragon Quest 2. Super Chinese. I wonder what that game's all about. Some of these games I just don't have a clue. Captain Tsubasa games. A lot of these games are like old 80s and 90s anime games. Dragon Buster. That looks like a side-scrolling, almost RPG-like kind of game. This game case has been through a lot. But it still really looks cool. Let's take a look at the Game Boy games down here, the original Game Boy games. Dr. Mario, Pokemon, they have a ton of Pokemon through here. Yu-Gi-Oh, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh games that came out in the States didn't start coming out until the Game Boy Color was already being sold there. Ah, Sailor Moon. These are games we really didn't get stateside. This is so retro looking. And for $5, I'd probably pick that up and play it. There's more Mahjong games. Super Mario Land. Wario Land 2. More Yu-Gi-Oh! Tamagotchi. That's incredibly cute. Here we go, Kirby. Tons of Kirby games on this platform. Of course, the original Tetris. More Kirby. Not really sure what a lot of these ones are. Shin-chan games, which we never got stateside at all. Yoshi no Tamago. So Yoshi's Egg? I don't know if I'm very familiar with this one at all. Last Bible. That looks like some crazy RPG. It's by Atlas, so. Here's some Game Boy Color titles. I think, is this Metabots? Yeah, it is Metabots. They have several of those games. Anpanman, which is kind of a really popular child's character here. There's like cartoons of him and there's a museum of him. A lot of children's merch has Anpanman on it. Oh, here we go, One Piece. I know for sure we definitely didn't get One Piece games until about the GameCube, Game Boy Advance era, so this is so cool. I would definitely play something like that for $2.50. Can't pass that up. Of course, Doraemon, as always, is a Japanese favorite. Oh, Hamtaro. I used to play a Hamtaro Game Boy Advance game that was really, really fun. I bet these would be fun and probably easy to play, probably not a whole lot of kanji in them. Oh, here we go. Donkey Kongu 2001. More Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, how cute is this? This Kirby cartridge is adorable. The see-through pink, that's super nice. More Hamtaro? Oh, this has got to be Pokemon something. There's Pichu on it. Not sure what this is at all, actually. Copy of Pokemon Silver here. I love this cartridge as well. The sparkly blue is nice. They also have boxed versions of certain games here. Like here's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game Boy Color one that's boxed. Honestly, I wonder if the boxed ones are the same price as the non-boxed ones. Let's find out. So to get it unboxed, it's about $1. To get it boxed, it's about $5. So honestly, that's not too bad to have a nice boxed copy. Oh, here we go. Love Hina Pocket. So it's interesting, this price right here, this is Tsutaya, which is a retailer that sells games and DVDs. So originally this game must have been around $40 or 4,200 yen, and now you can get it for about $1. The box is a little bit beat up, but oh my goodness, it looks so fun and cute. I'm sorry if I missed stuff, guys. I can't go through everything in one video, but I'll try to pick out some cool stuff. Alright, we're moving on to the Super Famicom, or the Super Nintendo Entertainment System stuff. So many cute Sailor Moon games. I've played a few of these via emulator, but I've never had the hard copy of them because I really don't think these came out stateside at all. More 90s anime games like Slam Dunk. Some of these games I probably would know what they were if they were listed in English, but it's one of those things where I just don't even read the katakana fast enough to want to bother to figure out what it is. Dragon Quest stuff. Plenty of copies of that. These seem to be a little bit more organized in terms of series, so a lot of the Dragon Ball Z ones are right here. Ogre Battle. Now there's a game that I know is super popular back in the States that I know a lot of people played. Super Mario RPG. There's probably a lot of different Mario titles in this one here. Let's pull one out and see what they look like. Mario games are a little bit more expensive, more around $9. Super Picross, so Super Picross. Let's see, they have some boxed versions underneath. SimCity. Of course, more Sailor Moon games. This just looks so nice. This would be really nice for a Sailor Moon collector to own. Oh, and of course, Fire Emblem in general. I know a lot of Fire Emblem fans who would love to have a copy of this. Even if it's not translated, I think just having a copy of it for a Fire Emblem or Nintendo collection would be awesome. Alright, let's move on and look at some original PlayStation games. There's so much here to look at. A lot of these are going to be visual novels like Two Heart. Alright, here we go, the original Civilization, the Japanese version. Priced at around $8. So I guess all these games right here are about $1, at least that's what it says. I don't know if it's that they don't work, or maybe there's just so many copies of them, but even a lot of the Final Fantasy titles are about $1. Which honestly is still nice. I mean, if someone wanted to come in here just for the box of something, they could have it. Alright, let's see what PS2 games they have. Oh man, Dean Angel. Again, more anime games we never got stateside. $5 for that one. Devil May Cry 3 for $1. I don't know, maybe something is wrong with it, but for $1, even for the box, that's not too bad. Lupin games. They had several Lupin games in the other sections too. Here we go, Inuyasha. I know that we got some Inuyasha games for PS2. I don't know which ones. We may have gotten this one. Of course, Katamari Damacy, Crash, Gundam Seed. What's this? I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. This platform holds a ton of Otome games and other visual novel type games. Oh, hey-oh. There you go for you Warren High School Host Club fans. It's definitely more of a visual novel type game, but they do have it. $5 for that. Of course, all the Kingdom Hearts games. Kingdom Hearts 1 being $2. Kingdom Hearts 2 being a dollar. Okay. I remember for the longest time the Kingdom Hearts games were still really expensive to buy, anywhere between, you know, $15 and $20 to buy a really old game. So at places like this you can buy them fairly cheap. I remember how hard it was to find these .hack games in the States. They didn't make a whole lot of them and people really wanted them, so a lot of these were going for crazy prices back in the States. And here you can get Volume 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together for less than $5. Wait, hold up. Bomberman cart? I never knew this was a thing. I loved the Bomberman games when I was a kid, Bomberman 64 being one of my favorite ones, so this seems like it'd be so fun. I did not even know that existed. Galaxy Angel, I'm pretty sure that used to be an anime too. The Final Fantasy titles like Final Fantasy X. So this is what the, I guess the greatest hits equivalent is in Japan, Ultimate Hits. Still makes the packaging look pretty ugly, in my opinion. I really like the original ones better. Yeah, there we go. That just looks so much nicer. Looks like they have an Ultimate Edition box for Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2 for $8. Alright, let's take a look at the Nintendo 64 games. These are really fun to look at. This was kind of like my personal childhood. Diddy Kong Racing, one of my favorite racing games. A Japanese copy of Super Smash Bros. This one's a little bit more. That is $15.50, so about $15 for a copy of that. Just go through here and see what they have. Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium. These are probably all Pokemon Stadium. Is that Pokemon Stadium 2? Yeah. Wave Race, that is really popular back in the States. A lot of different racing games. 1080. I would love to find Snowboard Kids. Snowboard Kids was one of my favorite, if not my favorite, racing game on Nintendo 64. It is an Atlas game, and it was made in Japan, so I'm pretty sure they would have it. There's Hey You Pikachu. These ones are packaged up. Mario Kart for about $8. Mario Party 2 for about $8. I like this pink background going on here. That's really cool. I always recall that specific Nintendo 64 games being so expensive in the States, one of them being Harvest Moon 64. Sometimes I would see it at retro gaming conventions for about $60. Here's a boxed version of Banjo-Kazooie. And right above the smaller selection of Nintendo 64 games, they have the GameCube games. As you guys know, I'm a huge Sonic fan, so I just love how Sonic Heroes' Japanese logo looks. It looks so cool. Definitely wouldn't mind playing the Japanese version of the game. Fire Emblem, which I still need to play through this. The Western copy goes for a lot of money now, but it looks like it's no different for Japan. This is still has about a $50 price tag on it. Oh, here we go. Prince of Tennis for the Game Boy Advance for $2.50 for the boxed version. That's incredible. I mean, how much Japanese do you need to know to play tennis, you know what I mean? Above the GameCube games, we have some Sega Saturn titles. Marriage, not sure what that is. Probably a visual novel of some sort? Oh yeah, definitely. This whole row up here is also some Sega Saturn titles. I would love to find a copy of Sonic Jam, one of the few Sonic games I've never played before. Oh, here we go, Slayers. There's that good old 90s anime games there. And this actually doesn't even look super visual novel-y. It looks like an RPG type game. That's awesome for $250. Neon Genesis Evangelion as a game. I wonder what kind of game that is. And then above the Sega Saturn games, we have the Dreamcast games. Biohazard, aka Resident Evil, Code Veronica. I'm just pulling out random ones to see what we can find. The Japanese Soul Calibur games. Lunar, which I know had some releases in the States. And I'm pretty sure there was also a Game Boy game and a Nintendo DS game for Lunar as well. Perfect for this time of year, Christmas Nights. Alright, let's see, as far as hardware, they have a lot of the Dance Dance Revolution mats. Looks like they're selling a Super Famicom. This is a really amazing case. I have never seen this before. There's an original PlayStation for sale. I guess it's 20% off of this price right here most likely, so you could probably get away with getting that for around $15 US dollars. They don't have a lot in the way of accessories, unfortunately. They have some Nintendo 64 controllers. And as you'll notice, the Xbox is not very popular in Japan at all. They have a very small selection of Xbox 360 games, and I don't see Xbox regular games anywhere. Before we're done here, they have a lot of games that are only 100 yen right now. Let's look and see what kind of games they have. This is Prince of Tennis, but Love of Prince Sweet. But it's definitely Prince of Tennis, maybe a Prince of Tennis dating game? I'm not sure, to be honest. That's so special. This is like a robot fighter with Gundams and EVA units and stuff like that. That is really cool. Rogue Galaxy, I know that that is a pretty popular RPG back in the States. But they have it here for $1 currently on PS2. Lovely Complex, that is a really popular manga, so I'm guessing this is more like a visual novel type game. All these Dragon Ball Z games are $1, all of them. Look at them, there's so many of them. Maybe they just have so many copies. It's the same with the Final Fantasy games. I was wondering where the Famicom Final Fantasy games were, and I guess they're over here on mega sale for just having so many copies. I guess you can see that they were originally $5, but now they're down to $1. They probably just have so many copies. Alright guys, that's all the time we have for today for our retro video game hunt. Maybe next time we'll look at more modern games that they have for sale in Japan. For now, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will play with you some